Good evening, Professor Varney and fellow classmates. My name is Roxanne Hope, and we are working on the themes, and I have chosen to do creation and God's sovereignty. First of all, when I look at creation, creation is the beginning. And I think that anything that one does, you have to have a beginning. So I started with that, and then I took all the other themes that came under creation, such as the fall, the flood, Babel, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Esau, Judah, and Joseph. I will attempt to give some information on those. Um, First of all, we know with the creation, God created the world in 6 days. On the seventh day, he rested. When he had completed the creation, he was pleased because he created man in his image. After that, I'll speak of the fall with Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve sinned. Adam was there. I guess they did it together, and man has had to live with the results of sin. In that sin that Adam and Eve committed, they broke a chain that was initially with God. And that was when they were exiled out of the garden. They were told that they will have to toil. And these were all things as a result of them going against God's word, the disobedience. So with the fall, with Adam and Eve, we see disobedience. With the flood, it was a result of disobedience, but God saved Noah and every other species that he had created. And then we go to Abraham. God picked Abraham, and there was a covenant made there because God told him that he will be a lifeline will be from him. And that has happened when God chose him with the covenant, told him he will create for him a great place. And if anyone who goes against him, he will go against that person. Abraham was very trusting and did as God had asked him to do as it pertained to the covenant. And then we have Isaac, Jacob, and Esau. And these were the two brothers, the twins, who again, it was sin that caused them to fall. And then we have Judah. He was the brother who sold Joseph into slavery. And when God, with Joseph's faithfulness, God got him out of the slavery, and he was able to help his brothers during the time of famine. So we have all these things, and it goes right back to one thing. It goes back to disobedience, because when God created the world, he did not intend for us to have to go through the things that we are going through. But as a result of that, the Messiah was born, who was able to, through his blood, to set us free. So I would looking at that, there we spoke on the flood, we spoke on the fall. So now I would like to look at God's sovereignty. The sovereignty of God is just all consuming. It is something that you can get lost in, because first of all, to think that God was there, period. He was not created by anything or anyone. He was there in the beginning. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So it has been God. And that is something that I really enjoy looking into and understanding, that God is eternal. God is love, and he is not a God of vengeance, but with the same token, he is a God who wants us to live a certain way, and he has made provision for us to do that. So with God's sovereignty, we see where God has made everything possible for us to get what we need so that we can be forgiven. Um, as previously stated, with God, we honor him, we adore him, we worship him. God, we were created to worship God. That is what we were created for. So, having said that, I think I may have touched on everything.